Set in parklands designed by Lancelot Capability Brown, the imposing ancestral home of the Duke of Northumberland has changed little since the 14th century. Alnwick has the second largest inhabited castle in England, second only to Windsor Castle. The symbol for the town of Alnwick is the slaying of the dragon by Michael the Archangel. The church in Alnwick is also dedicated to that saint. We saw the sculpted image of Archangel around the castle, and his winged figure seems to be merged with that of St. George, the other dragon slayer and the patron saint of England. It is not the only angel in Northumberland. The region is just filled with angelic lore, and angels' images are ubiquitous, including a modern steel sculpture of the Angel of the North, who guards now the entrance to Northumbria. It is believed to be the largest sculpture of an angel in the world. Possibly started in 1096, Alnwick Castle underwent several renovations in its first 5 centuries, the major part of which was commissioned by Henry Percy, the first Baron Percy of Alnwick. The castle is still being renovated to this day in order to continue to preserve and improve this important historic structure.
Alnwick Castle was built in the 11th century to protect the border with Scotland. Of course, it's a Norman castle, so after the conquest of England, the Normans moved northwards and they want to subjugate the whole country, and this is why here this castle was to not only to protect but also to show the status and the power of the Norman barons. And they were right, because in the 12th century Wilhelm the Lion, the Scottish king, invaded the castle.
As a result, it was besieged twice by the Scots, in 1172 and 1174, but William was captured during the second attack, already outside the castle walls, and was forced to pledge fealty to King Henry II. Apart from the Scottish attacks, Alnwick Castle witnessed much more action over the years.
Then in the 13th century, it was bought by the Percy family from the hands of the Bishop of Durham.
The Percy family still live in the castle today,
but they lost control over the castle throughout ages, especially during the War of the Roses. So just after the 100 years war with France, there was a civil war in England between the Yorkists and Lancasterians. So the white and the red rose.
During Wars of the Roses, the castle was jostled between the Yorkists and Lancasterians many times before it was finally returned to the Percys upon their sworn allegiance to Edward IV.
The castle is built in a great Gothic style, as you can see, and it is composed of two rings of buildings, so the outer one and the inner one. And the very heart of the castle are the state rooms, the principal rooms. These rooms are very important because they gather a collection of very important masterpieces of Italian art and some Egyptian and Pompeii artifacts from the archaeological digs.
The staterooms have been remodeled over the centuries, most notably by the Georgian master architect Robert Adam in the 18th century for Elizabeth, Duchess of Northumberland. Now it is possible to explore the castle's impressive picture collection, chapel, and set of museums showcasing the history of both Alnwick Castle and Northumberland.
The castle played a very important defensive role here at the border, and it was provided with very significant elements. So very deep, 7-meter deep moat. We've got a 2-meter thick outer wall, so the bailey, two baileys of the castle, so outer walls. And of course, there was a gate over there. There is a very thick oak gate of the castle. So all of these elements were to protect the castle against the Scottish and other uh, lords who wanted to attack this great fortress.
The castle accommodated such great characters as Harry Hotspur Percy, a fierce 14th century knight immortalized in Shakespeare's play Henry IV. However, he died in battle leading a rebellion against Henry IV in 1403. The castle also hides a dark side. It was apparently inhabited by a vampire in the 12th century and is still haunted by a maid from Victorian times. The central part of the castle contains extravagant interiors. The 6 rooms are open to the public: lavish staterooms, dining room, guard chamber, and library. They have an excellent collection of Italian sculpture and paintings, including Titian's Ecce Homo and many Camalettos. As well as being the residence for the current Duke of Northumberland, Alnwick Castle has been used as a filming location for many movies and TV shows. It is perhaps most well known for its appearance in Harry Potter, the Chamber of Secrets and Harry Potter, the Philosopher's Stone. Today, it is possible to take part in one of famous broomstick training sessions at the castle. Even we believe that we are never too old to learn to fly. We leave this broomstick training to younger visitors and depart the castle, just letting St. Michael take care of it. And we resume our journey along the Northumberland coast in the direction of the Holy Island, which history reaches further back than the times of the Norman conquest of England.